As well as that, we've also got a wonderful musical treat for all of you tonight. Just have a listen to this.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Well, while you've got your mouth full...
Still going.
I'll keep talking. This is all for our great guest tonight, the man who wrote, well, this classic as well as hundreds of other massive hits.
I know this. Magic moments. Walk on by, I say a little prayer. Do you know the way to San Jose? Anyone who had a heart, always something there to remind me.
The list goes on. It's Burt Bacharach.
What the world...
Thank you.
What a pleasure it is to see you. And so that was the cast of Close to You, Bacharach reimagined.
Wonderful cast.
Yes, this whole new musical. Now, obviously, people must be pitching you new versions of your songs all the time. So what was it about this bunch that sold it for you?
This is a very special treatment of my songs, and I'm very tough on people doing my music, other than the way I created it in the studio, and you know. But this is a huge exception. I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't really enamored with this show and talking to you about it, because Kyle Ryabko, who has kind of created this musical journey, you just heard a little tidbit there.
Yeah.
I've seen the show twice, the New York opening, then the opening in at the Chocolate Factory here. And I have to say, I loved it. I mean, and it's a hard one for me to come to that point, but very easy to come to this point with this show.
But we're going to talk more about the musical later, and the cast will be performing Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head at the end of the show. I'm so looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yes. And you're going to be doing it as well, aren't you?
You are, Bert.
I hear, if I get the right chords.
Now, listen. Anyone who had a heart would most definitely feel sorry for the residents of Great Heck in East Yorkshire, who are having to live next door to 10 tonnes of rubbish.
They're most certainly wishing and hoping, Bert, that someone would do something about it. Andy Kershaw went to investigate.
Now, at 87 years young, Burt has been described as our greatest living songwriter. He's had over, 70 top 40 hits in the US and over 50 top 40 hits here in the UK.
Now, one of your favourite songs must be among them. Have a look at these.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
How many great songs could come out
Amazing.
of one man? I mean, it's just remarkable. And really, it was your mum, wasn't it, who wanted you to get into piano playing initially?
Insisted.
Yeah, and then you went to these jazz clubs.
And I hated it. I tell you the truth, I really hated
Did you have a nasty
coming home from
energy?
school and have to practice for a half an hour instead of being able to go out and play with a few friends that I had, you know, basketball or something. But hey, she was responsible for pushing me and pushing me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here talking together, would we?
No.
But is it
I'd be
right?
in the clothing business or something.
Is it right, though, Bert, that your love really came from when you faked your ID getting into some jazz clubs?
Yeah. 52nd Street in New York was incredible. It was just the street with one jazz club after another.
Wow.
And you go to the Spotlight Club, and there's Dizzy Gillespie's big
cheeks.
band.
His cheeks.
Yeah, his cheeks.
I love his
and
cheeks.
that trumpet, too. It was a
Yeah.
weird-looking
It
trumpet.
was amazing. Look at the cheeks.
There are the
they
cheeks, you're talking about. Yeah.
And Charlie Parker.
Charlie
Martin.
Parker, Thelonious Monk, Tad Dameron, big band, you know. Sometimes there'd be more people on stage than there would be in the audience.
Right, right.
And hearing the Count Basie band. So that was really what grabbed me and pulled me back and made me like music.
Right.
Because before then, you know, having to practice like my mom insisted, not a joy. But I also got involved with classical music, and Ravel's Daphnis and Chloe was a big influence on me. You know, piece of classical music that I got to love.
Wow. And you collaborated famously with the great late Hal David. He was your lyricist on many, many of your songs. Was that an instantly kind of sparky and successful partnership with him?
No, it was a terrible disaster. I mean, we had songs at the beginning like Peggy's in the Pantry. You've never heard that song, right?
I'm not familiar with that one, but I must say.
Let me give you another. How about Underneath the Overpass? So you see, it wasn't a success.
No.
And we went some time, you know, we were all writing with different people. I would write with somebody else in the morning, he would write with somebody else. And our first hit was Story of My Life, which Michael Holiday, am I right? Michael Holiday recorded in here.
Let's say he did. Let's say yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Magic Moments. So we had those two hits. Very different kind of music that I wrote then, because I thought, trying to make it simple, trying to make it, then, you know, it's very different than Walk On By or Say a Little Prayer. How about Aretha's record of Say a Little Prayer?
Oh, she's majestic.
Yeah, I mean, you had three of my favorite singers right in a row there.
Oh, Aretha, Dusty.
And Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Well, listen, Burt, we're going to talk about your a lot of your songs in our next little section, aren't we?
We certainly are. Now, do the words of a song need to be true for it to achieve greatness? Tonight, we're putting the lyrics of one classic to the test.
But not one of yours, Burt. It comes from the man in black. Comes from the man in black, but the question is, does he know his greens?
Now, here, this is very exciting. We've got the one-show jukebox, and we're going to play, Burt, some of your hits. Can we do that right now? Can we please press number 1? Here we go, Burt.
Zilla, wow.
Zilla, amazing. One of your favourite tunes, isn't it, Alfie? Is that right, Burt?
It is.
Yeah. Sung,
It
of
says
course.
lyrically, too, what Hal David wrote. Is kind of...
It famously took, I think, 37 takes for Zilla to kind of nail that tune.
Well, she was exasperated. I mean, by the 37th take, because I was conducting the orchestra, playing the piano, and trying to get the best vocal could get from her.
Yeah.
And also get the orchestra, so everybody would arrive at the finish line together, which is impossible to do.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of perfectionist drive.
Exhausting. Exhausting, Burt, for everyone.
But, you know, Sir George Martin was in the booth, control room, and he said to me, Burt, you have it on take 4.
Did Zilla know that?
That's the thing. You're such a perfectionist. That's the thing.
It's quite a video. I can't believe what I did. Yeah.
Well, let's press number 2
Oh, yes,
on the
sorry.
jukebox,
Here we
and
go.
we'll move on to
If you see me walking
Dionne
down
Warwick.
Amazing.
Now, you've said, haven't you, Burt, that she has the finest voice of any recording artist that you've worked with. Why, to you, is her voice so special?
Well, she was so perfect in the sense of being able to be subdued, held within, to be explosive, to be musical, and had a sound like, I mean, hey, when you compare sounds, you've got Dusty, you've got Dionne, you've got Aretha, you know, and I mean, they're identifiable. And the more that I could work with Dionne and take her in the studio, and the more I could see that she could do things musically that other singers couldn't do.
Yeah. Nobody straddled the octaves like Dionne.
No. And control.
They do.
No.
The range is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. So therefore, I could take more chances writing the orchestration, making the records.
Do you know, of all the musical facts that we read about you, there was one, wasn't there, that really
Surprising.
stuck out?
Surprising. We read, Burt, that you, at home, don't necessarily have music playing to relax to. Is that right?
Getting a massage, I don't want music because
Why not?
Because I'll be listening to the music, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's irritating, whether it's really wonderful, then I'm not into the massage. Also...
How
Just the massage, though, is that what you're talking?
No,
Just what about in the car?
No, but sex, it doesn't work either for me.
Right.
Yeah. No music, no, because
Well, I mean,
that would take my mind to another place.
That could well fit into our next little VT here, because Burt's not the only musician who's recently arrived in the UK.
Burt, our bugman, George, has been hunting down the chirpy, six-legged singer who's been heard calling out across the Kent coast.
Anyway, we're now joined by Kyle Ryabko, who created the musical based on Burt's songs.
Now, in a few minutes, you're going to perform Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. We can't wait. And Burt, of course, you won an Oscar for this song, didn't you?
Won an Oscar for the song and an Oscar for the score.
Amazing.
Right, well, listen, many of us
of that.
remember it, yeah, from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Absolutely.
So let's remind ourselves, shall we, of Paul Newman and Catherine Ross in that film.
And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
So, Burt, when you're watching a scene just like that, then, you're going through the score, what is it about shots like that that create these songs?
Well, scoring the film, and you keep looking at the film and looking at different scenes as you're scoring the whole film. And, you know, I come up with the dummy lyric, which happened to be Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, on this melody because it seemed to fit. And though we tried to change the title, but how? Never came up with the title that was as good. Because Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, these guys are going to get killed in the end of this movie.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like What Me Worry. We're riding on a bicycle, we're having fun, and the whole Bolivian army is waiting to take them down.
Kyle, was it pretty nerve-wracking bringing this musical to the great man?
It's about the most nerve-wracking thing you can do to yourself. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So I would sort of arrange Burt's songs
Yeah.
in my own way, and I would do about 15 minutes at a time, and then I would take it to his house and sit there and press play on the boombox. And
So you had to keep going back to Burt's house. It wasn't just a one-hit.
Yeah.
Here you are.
No,
You kept
because you
going.
would do it in installments.
Right.
Yeah, you have 20 minutes,
Yeah.
one song leading into another.
Yeah.
And yeah, the palms were very sweaty.
Well, this is how does it actually work then? Is it one song after another? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it actors?
It's
What's
sort
the
of a
music?
non-stop musical experience, so that the songs often sort of interlay over top and under each other. And it's what we tried to do was take Burt's entire catalog and sort of smash it together in one experience.
It looks very hip. There's a lot of sofas there, throws, cushions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're very youthful cast.
Yeah.
And they're really great. You know, small cast. Brilliant.
OK, well, listen, that is nearly it for tonight. We say nearly.
Nearly. Listen, thank you so much, Burt, Kyle and the rest of the lovely cast of Close to You Bacharach Reimagined. Please go and get ready to sing for us, Kyle. And you can see Kyle's amazing show at the Criterion Theatre, London,
Off you
until
go,
the
Burt.
10th of January.
All right.
I'm going to go
There
to
you go,
the
Bert.
piano.
You go across there. The
It
piano
was
is
fun.
ready and waiting.
It was fun.
So much for your company. It's lovely. And thanks to you as well,
Listen,
Mel.
I've loved it. Thank you so much.
Alex and I will be back tomorrow when Lord Sugar and comedian Romesh Ranganathan will be here to tell us all about The Apprentice.
Now over to Burt and the cast for a bit of Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long until happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head. That doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's 'cause worry